Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the future of Sergio Aguero and the latest updates on his contract agreement with FC Barcelona, and then we are going to be moving on towards Lionel Messi. He will be having an interview in this upcoming Saturday, which is something that many are going to be looking forward to. And then lastly, we are going to be talking about Sergi Roberto, because Barcelona, as of now, they do believe that there is a great market for Sergio Roberto in this summer. But first, I do want to talk about our sponsors for today, and that is the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app has always been considered as the best football app you could find within the App Store. And if you are a Barcelona fan, right, for the majority of us here, we would be able to see where Barcelona do stand on the league table, the transfer news, who scored within a specific game, and the stats of the player. All of this is going to be in one app, and the best thing from all of this is that this app is free. The only thing you do have to do is go into the description box that I do have down below. There's going to be a link. You would be able to click that link, then download the app, pick your desired team, and then turn on the notifications. And I also do want to thank the OneFootball app for supporting a content creator. But now let's get back into the video. So we do have the latest on Sergio Aguero. They are small details because right now we do know that Barcelona and Aguero, they do have an agreement, but the final details are being negotiated. And it says here, according to Moises Llorens, only the final details remain to be closed for Sergio Aguero to move to Barcelona. Barring any surprises, his switch to the Catalan club will be fully completed after the Champions League final. So again, we are in that phase where we could see Sergio Aguero and Barcelona finally have the full agreement within the next 5 days. But Barcelona will not announce the new signing of Sergio Aguero until after the Champions League final. And it makes sense that Barcelona are not going to be announcing this move, because it would make no sense to claim Aguero as a Barcelona player during the match between Manchester City and Chelsea. But everything does indicate that Sergio Aguero and Eric Garcia are going to be the first signings for FC Barcelona. If Sergio Aguero is going to be the first signing for Barcelona, this ultimately does mean that Memphis Depay is not going to be coming to Barcelona, because I just do not see Barcelona signing Sergio Aguero and Memphis Depay when you already have the promotion of Alex Collado and the implementation of Dembele and Ansu Fati. It's going to be way too oversaturated. Now, do I believe that Sergio Aguero is going to be a signing that will strengthen Barcelona? Yes, I do think so for the short term. For the long term, I still think that Barcelona, Laporta, and Matteo Alemany are going to be looking for other strikers within the next 12 months. And if we look at the contract details here, it says that Sergio Aguero is going to be signing a 2-year contract with Barcelona, and he will only be earning a total of 5 million euros per season. Just to put that into context, Aguero was earning a total of 16 million euros at Manchester City. And the fact that we are hearing this big pay cut coming from Sergio Aguero and Barcelona, this really does show that Aguero does want to move to Barcelona regardless of how much he's going to get paid. But what really does get me nervous about this signing is that I strongly believe that Barcelona would have never signed Sergio Aguero if they knew that Messi was going to be leaving to another club. But because Barcelona is signing Aguero for 2 years, it really does show that Barcelona know that Messi is going to be staying with Barcelona for many years to come, because there is confidence and there is optimism that Messi will be staying. That's the only thing that we have been hearing in the past few weeks. And I think that if you're going to go based off Lionel Messi to sign Sergio Aguero, that is the part that gets me very nervous, because what that is telling us is that Barcelona may not have a sporting plan fully thought out for this player. Because one of the biggest concerns when it comes to Aguero coming to Barcelona, it is going to be his injuries. Aguero has shown that at times he can be injury prone. He is a great player, but he does encounter many injury problems. And then another factor is going to be this: when you have Aguero and Messi within the front line, how are you going to be able to press? And this is only assuming that Barcelona go back into how they should be playing. And if you're going to tell me that Barcelona is going to be a team that's going to be pressing from the front, and you're going to be having two players named Aguero and Messi who are 33 and 34 years old, it's going to be extremely complicated to try and achieve that. But in the end, I do think that because Aguero is such a quality player, he will do well. I do see Sergio Aguero scoring goals. I do see him being that player to be the dangerous man inside the box, because if we were to look at the past game against Celta de Vigo, we really needed a player inside the box. It could be Antoine Griezmann, but Griezmann is not that player that is looking to find those balls inside the box, waiting for the corners, waiting for the through balls, or waiting for the centers. Griezmann is not that type of player. Aguero is, and Aguero will be that dangerous man for Barcelona in the next season. And now I do want to move on towards the next topic, and that is going to be about Lionel Messi's interview. And it says here, according to Diario Ole, there will be an exclusive Messi interview interview this Saturday on Diario Ole. And let me tell you guys, this is very, very interesting. And I know that we do get about 2 interviews every year from Lionel Messi, but I think that having an interview this Saturday before the transfer window does open, before the season does come to a close, that's very interesting, because if Messi is going to be having an interview, I do assume the interviewers will ask him, how do you feel about this current season? And that is something that I really do hope Messi does speak on about, because if we were to get some context on how he does feel about this club at this very moment, how he feels about the manager Ronald Koeman, how he feels about the current players that is within the squad list, it is going to be something very interesting, because I strongly believe that one of the biggest things that Messi is going to be pointing out is going to be about the departure of Luis Suarez. And in other words, the fact that Barcelona missed on a striker in this season and how they had to pay the price for it. That is going to be very interesting, because that was one of the biggest difficulties Barcelona had to go through. And this is going to be sending a great message towards Joan Laporta, who even himself, he knows that Barcelona need to have a great summer in order to be very competitive for the next season. And the reason why many are so optimistic that Messi is going to be having this type of interview is because we know how open Messi is during interviews. We have seen Messi talk about many players. We have seen Messi talk about how he feels about the Bartomeu era. Messi is not afraid to speak about what he does feel. And I do think that in this interview, he will be speaking about the past season, which is the 2020-2021 season, and its difficulties, and how Barcelona should be improving, especially with the recent presidency of Joan Laporta. But I also do not believe that Messi is going to be talking about the definitive answer, whether he wants to stay at Barcelona, yes or no. But again, like we have stated before, there is a lot of optimism, there is a lot of positivity. I do expect Messi to stay with Barcelona. I do think that the signing of Aguero is a great indicator that Messi will be staying. But like I have said before, I do not see Messi saying that I'm going to be staying at Barcelona in this upcoming interview. So once that interview does drop on Saturday, we are going to be talking about it here in this YouTube channel. And now moving on towards the last topic of today, and we are going to be talking about Sergi Roberto. So Sergi Roberto has been a player that has not been popular to the fans. You look at how this current season did go out for Sergio Roberto. He was out for a very long period of time due to an injury, and every time Sergio Roberto made an appearance and was on the field, he gave out poor performances. And looking at his last 3 appearances, those performances that he has put in out, it has not been good enough. The level just simply was not there. And in the past reports, we have seen that Sergio Roberto has told the club and his representatives that he wants to extend for a further 2 years. But Barcelona rejected the offer and stated that we are only capable and are only interested in giving you 1 year. So there has been negotiations going back and forth between Sergi Roberto's representatives and Football Club FC Barcelona. And then going back even further, about 2 months ago, we have also heard about a report stating that Sergio Roberto could be sold for a total of 60 million euros. Now, I would take that with a grain of salt, because I do not believe that Sergio Roberto could be sold for 60 million euros. I do not see a club anywhere in Europe paying that amount of money. I do think that if Barcelona were to say that Sergio Roberto is for sale in the summer, they could price him at around 25 million to 30 million euros. And if we want to be really optimistic, maybe even 35 million euros. But in the end, I do see a total of 25 to 30 million euro price tag for Sergio Roberto and for him to be sold. But now we are here regarding the latest news of Sergio Roberto. And it says here, according to Catalan Radio, 2 weeks ago, Matteo Alemany met Sergio Roberto's agent to communicate that the club will only consider a renewal for just another season. Barcelona is now acknowledging that Sergio Roberto has a market and a good sale that could happen in this coming summer. So yes, it is true, ladies and gentlemen, that Barcelona may want to sell Sergio Roberto in this coming summer. And let me tell you guys, Sergio Roberto was actually within the list that Barcelona wanted to negotiate with in order to lower the wages. He was among the players of Gerard Piqué, Jordi Alba, and Antoine Griezmann, and Sergio Busquets. And the fact that Barcelona are coming to a decision where, okay, if we cannot find an agreement with this player, let's not even lower his wages, but let's sell this player. The fact that we are hearing that, it is clear that Barcelona want to move on. And this is a very recent decision. This is not new. The fact that we're hearing Barcelona believing that there is a good market for this player, they have just made this decision. And I do think that this is also an indicator that Barcelona may want to bring in Emerson, who is currently a Real Betis player. Because if we were to go into next season and Barcelona do sell Sergi Roberto, I do not see Sergiño Dest being the only option to play as the right back. Now, we have talked about Mingueza being the alternative if Sergiño Dest doesn't counter an injury, but I do not see that. I do see Mingueza playing as a right center back because that is exactly where he should be placed and where he does perform the best. And Barcelona could potentially be going in that route. And let me tell you guys, if we go into next season, which will be the 2021-2022 season, if we go into that season and we have Emerson and Sergiño Dest compete for that right back position, that is exactly what every fan has been asking for. That would be a great world-class move coming from Joan Laporta and Matteo Alemany. Many would love to see a great rising star like Emerson and Sergiño Dest compete for the right back spot, because that is what makes a club competitive. That is what makes a squad especially competitive, is for these players to not be comfortable in their position, to fight for a position within the starting 11. This is exactly what we do want to see. So if Sergi Roberto does get sold and we see Emerson come in before Sergi Roberto does get sold, I do assume that a massive shift is going to be taking place, and that is going to be the sale of Sergi Roberto. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona daily news. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.